Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in to my super chat. Thank you, Luke St. Martin, Eric H526. I think I might have, ladies and gentlemen, some more technical issues. I think I have Biden's campaign running this live stream. But ladies and gentlemen, hello. That boy for foe, hello. Luke St. Martin, Eric H526, Joey, hello everyone, Bolivian, hello everyone, Cosmic Grandpa, hello. All right, let's try to do the best we can with this buffering. I apologize for the internet connection. Ladies and gentlemen, they don't think President Trump is going to leave. If Democrats win, they just don't think. And it's Clinton who is pushing this absurd myth. So if you type in Hillary Clinton, because you know she's not running, although she is running, she'll be the nominee. Hillary Clinton says the U.S. must be ready for the possibility that Trump will not go quietly. Why wouldn't he go quietly? Why wouldn't he go quietly? That makes no sense at all. Why wouldn't President Trump just simply leave like any other president? And it'll be interesting too, because you better believe if he had an investigation like President Obama did of an incoming Republican candidate. You've got to be kidding me. Hold on one second. So, hold on one second. Hold on one second, ladies and gentlemen. So, you better believe if he had information. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Let me know if the buffering. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Or is this a Biden live stream? Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, can you hear what I'm saying? Let me ask. Let me ask if you can hear, just so I can make sure that... Okay, good. Hunty, hello. So the question is, okay, so Hillary Clinton says the United States must be ready for the possibility that Donald Trump will not go quietly. Why would that be an issue from the White House if he loses? Why on earth would he stay? That makes no sense. Why would he stay in the White House? What do they expect? Hillary Clinton appeared on The Daily Show on Monday night with Trevor Noah. Clinton warned that November's election could see Donald Trump cry fraud. Well, if they cheat, they cheat. They already cheated Bernie Sanders. You had a judge who was convicted of stuffing votes for Democrats. And they think they're sly. It's like, oh, well, there's been studies done. And thank you, Luke St. Martin, Eric H526, thank you. There's been studies done. And Anthony, hello. There have been studies done, and the studies show that there's no cheating. Well, they're already paving the way for when, if they cheat, they can say, well, we knew Trump would say this. And if Trump then says, hey, wait a second, this is very bizarre, they'll say, oh, we knew Trump would say this. And they're already... So President Obama investigated his... Don't you love how media and Democrats say, well, the president had nothing to do with it. That was James Clapper and Brennan and Comey. They're the ones who investigated Trump. Oh my God, it was completely independent. And now we found out that Biden had something to do with Michael Flynn. The agents Peter Strzok and McCabe, they knew there was nothing going on with Michael Flynn, and then Biden said, yeah, get him on the Logan Act. I mean, this is so obvious. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. It is so obvious what took place. They set up and framed Trump. They had nothing on him. He never worked with Russia. Russia doesn't have anything on Trump. Russia has a lot on the Clintons, but let's not even go there. The Clinton Foundation got hundreds of millions of dollars, or tens of millions of dollars, well over $100 million over the span of like 10 years from people connected with Uranium One. This is not rocket science. They project everything they accuse President Trump of doing, they're guilty of. They're the ones who have ties to Putin. Bill Clinton met with Vladimir Putin at his home. Oh my goodness, thanks, Vladdy. It was so great. It was such a great time, Vladdy. I mean, it's like unbelievable. See, Trump has private jets. He can get around. He doesn't need the kindness or the money of other people or the influence and power. President Trump has had all of that. So, you have a situation, people, where it's like you have President Trump who comes in and gets elected. It is the worst possible event for Democrats. Their entire political ideology comes crashing down. And it's like they then say, well, he worked with Russia, then he withheld military assistance. Scott Trowick, thank you, Scott. Thank you, very, very greatly appreciated, Scott. Greatly appreciated, Scott Trowick. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you. Thank you, Scott. Thank you very much. So you have President Trump coming in. He's then investigated for the most absurd and ludicrous. Like, this is not national security. It is not national security. What happens to the DNC is not national security. Furthermore, if colluding with Russia or any Russian contacts is an issue, first of all, that's absurd. You can have associates or business partners of any nationality in the United States of America. So the demagogues and the demagoguery, that's the Democratic Party speaking their own language of, fear and fear-mongering. But their whole thing is, we have to investigate his ties to Russia because the Russians interfered because we got information on the DNC that showed Bernie Sanders was cheated. Do you understand Bernie Sanders was integral in perpetuating the myth that President Trump had to worked with Russia to hack the DNC to inform the country that he was cheated. Integral. If Bernie Sanders had a spine, he would have said, look, you know what? I was cheated. But instead, he just went along with everything. Scott Trowick! Scott, thank you. Thank you again. So you have this situation, ladies and gentlemen, where they've created a nightmare. It's like Nightmare on Elm Street. And Trump is Freddy Krueger. He's Trumpy Krueger. It's Nightmare on Pennsylvania Avenue. William R. Abrams! I'd like to play poker with Bernie. Oh, my goodness. I'm all in. Actually, no, that's not fair. That's not fair that you have more chips than I do. I don't know. William R. Abrams, thank you. Notice how the people with the most chips in this are the bourgeoisie. The bougies. William R. Abrams III, thank you. Agent Pepsi 1, I think you're probably right on that. But they have this fantasy, like, they think that it's going to be election night and Trump's going to lose in a landslide, and he's going to lose in a landslide, and CNN and MSNBC, they're going to like, yeah, we won, and everyone's going to be happy, and people are going to go out on the streets and like, yay, we don't have Trump anymore, we're free, no more Trump, we have our democracy back. And then then Trump's like, this is day 26. Trump's still in the White House. Dun 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 dun. The Trump countdown. He's holed himself up in the White House. He's not leaving. Dun 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 dun. I think we need SEAL Team 6. Yes, get him. And then it's a CNN early morning raid. There's Jared Kushner. Get him. And then they're holding Trump by his arms and his legs, and everyone's getting the orange makeup on them. Oh my God! He's getting. They're lifting him up and dragging him out of the White House. Oh my God! They think this. They really, really think that this is going to happen. They've convinced themselves, people. They've convinced themselves that Trump is this megalomaniacal monster. They've never let him have a day of, there hasn't been a day that's been a normal presidency. And then they say he's divisive and he's so polarizing. They have never allowed, not one day, they never covered, even when he stepped foot in North Korea. And he was, Goldie, exactly. Even when he stepped foot in North Korea, and he was the first president to begin a real détente between North and South Korea, which was a landmark world history, a moment in world history. And they never gave him any achievement, any good. So I'll just read you this. This is a great accomplishment, okay? In addition to the First Step Act, in addition to signing Order Combating Anti-Semitism, you have President Trump signs bill restoring funding for black colleges. President Trump on Thursday signed a bipartisan bill that will permanently provide more than $250 million a year to the nation's historically black colleges and universities, along with dozens of other institutions that serve large shares of minority students. This is the racist Trump? Why would he do this? Why would he do this? Why? If he is such a monster, why? And that's the thing. It's why would he do this? It's just unbelievable. In signing the bill, Trump said historically black schools will have, quote, a great champion in the White House. When I took office, I promised to fight for historically black colleges and universities, and my administration continues to deliver. So, you have a situation where, let's look at what President Obama did. So I'm trying to find the same type of bill or executive order for President Obama, and I can't. I have President Obama's roller coaster relationship with HBCUs. So, just months after taking office in 2009, President Obama did not push to renew a temporary $85 million pot of money earmarked for historically black colleges and universities by his Republican predecessor, George W. Bush. The move by the new president left many black college leaders indignant. Why did he do this? The Obama administration was quick to point out that it had opted instead to put a larger sum into general grant programs that put more federal money into the coffers of the nation's institutions of higher education, including HBCUs. But that's not what the bill. That's not nearly the bill that President Trump signed, which. Two years later, the new credit standards were relaxed. By then, the damage was done. Advocates estimate the loan problems cost HCBUs as much as $250 million. Could you imagine if President Trump presided over all of this? We could not believe this was happening under a black president, said Johnny C. Taylor Jr., president and CEO of the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. Well, I mean, there's no context. Trump is a maniacal, despot, racist monster. And he signed legislation to provide more funding to historically black colleges and universities than President Obama did. I believe that's, don't quote me on that, although I believe that's accurate. So you have a situation where it's like they've created an absolute monster. And it's like So we can verify Trump has spent more than any other president on historically black colleges and universities. There, right here. So this is WSA 9. Verify, has Trump given more money to HBCUs than any other president? Many have claimed Trump gave most to HBCUs, and it's right here. We went straight to the Department of Education. According to their records, Trump gave the most to historically black college and institutions for both undergraduate and graduate studies. Obama held that record in 2010, but in 2018, Trump appropriated more than $360, two-thirds more than Obama, so we can verify Trump has spent more than any other president on HBCUs. And there you go. And he just signed a $250 million. So, a bill, $250 million bill. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is just one example. This is just one example of like they cannot possibly, you cannot say that President Trump is this, but see, that's the thing. They create this fantasy world, and they don't realize, like, a big part of the past 4 years, ladies and gentlemen, a big part of the last 4 years has been well, Trump is an anomaly. He worked with Russia. People don't really want him. He duped everybody. Okay. If they lose again, see, they're heading towards an iceberg. It's going to be Hillary Clinton, and then that'll kind of alleviate a whole lot of. We'll be able to kind of look at things in a different way after November 3rd. And especially after Clinton runs again, because we'll be able to say, okay, well, the Steele dossier, everything, they're not going with Biden. Biden didn't even really win the primary. He just was there. Biden didn't win anything. He didn't win anything. So the interesting thing about November 3rd is going to be the following. Well, after November 3rd, they're not going to be able to say that they can't say that Trump is a racist for the next 4 years after November 3rd. It's not going to work. It's just people are going to tune it out. They've already tuned it out. Okay? They've already tuned it out. But they're not going to say he worked with Russia because they're going to probably try to blame another country. Who knows what they're going to do? But you look, ladies and gentlemen, and it's like he's not. He would leave because he can run again. That's the thing also that I don't get. He could run again. He can run again. So, it's not that he, if they win, you have to understand, November 3rd, nobody's really looking at this in the following manner. November 3rd, if they lose, they're done. If they lose, they're absolutely done. Okay? They're absolutely done. So, if they win, they still have President Trump to contend with. If they lose, they're done. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? President Trump can run again. Grover Cleveland, the first president, the only president we've had to have two non-consecutive presidential terms. But ladies and gentlemen, let's just, you know what? I'm kind of running out of steam. It's late. But here, let's just go to the tried and true. Let's just go to old reliable. The person who's not going to be nominated, I can assure you of that, Joe Biden. It's going to be Hillary Clinton, but let's just listen to the soulful sounds of Joe Biden. Hold on one second. Let's just hear. Come on. All right, hold on one second. Come on, you know the thing. I'm trying to get to the you know the thing. Oh, yeah, right here. Hold on. Hold on.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by the you know the thing.
You have to look at everyone behind him. They're like, what?
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by the you know the thing.
So you know the thing. You know the thing. You know the thing. Hold on 1 second here. That was a good one here. You know the thing. You know the thing.
So you're arguably the candidate with the greatest advantage in this race.
This is fantastic. This is so fantastic.
You're arguably the candidate.
Hold on. What's going on here?
With the greatest advantage in this.
What is going on here? All right, hold on.
With the greatest advantage race.
Why is this not working? Oh my God! Do I have Biden running this thing?
Trials. So,
Okay, hold on 1 second.
So you're arguably the candidate with the greatest advantage in this race. You've been the vice president. You weren't burdened down by the impeachment trials. So, in the participation. So how do you explain the performance in Iowa, and why should the voters believe that you can win the national election?
It's a good question.
It's a good question.
Number one, Iowa's a Democratic caucus.
You were a Democratic caucus? Hey now. Hey now.
You ever been to a caucus?
You ever been to one, little lady? Huh? Huh?
No, you haven't. You're a lion, dog, faced pony soldier. You said you were. I'm going to be honest with you.
What a slimy, dripping. He's such a slimy, syrupy, slimy, syrupy, bleh, dripping of slime. Joe Biden accidentally tells voters he's running for Senate. You can rest assured they will never bring this up. If Trump says anything wrong, Trump, he didn't say the name of Tommy Tuberville. Yeah, he did. He walked down a ramp. Look.
South Carolina's going to determine who.
And what he does also is he this is how you know Hillary Clinton's going to be nominated. They are going to hit this election is for Democrats is going to make 2016 look like the most wonderful time of their lives. William R. Abrams, didn't Bernie play much in Bronx? I don't know, maybe. Thank you, William R. Abrams. Thank you. Okay, hold on.
South Carolina is going to determine who the next president of the United States is going to be. You really are. You're the ones that sent Bill Clinton to the presidency.
Thank you, South Carolina. Thank you.
And you're the ones that sent Barack Obama to the presidency. And I have a simple proposition here. I'm here to ask you for your help. Where I come from, you don't get far unless you ask. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate.
I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate.
Look me over. If you like to see, help out. If not, vote for the other Biden. Give me.
If not, vote for the other Biden. I'll be here all week. Tip your waiters. Waka waka. If you don't like this Biden, vote for the other Biden. Get it? Because if you don't like me, Biden, I'm going to tell you to vote for the other Biden. And then you'll vote for me. Get it? Okay, let's see here. Come on. You know the deal, man. And you know the deal, man. Come on, 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 man. I have to make the sure the cure alert with the problem.
Topics we talked about Trump saying the government would reassess the recommended period for keeping businesses shut and people at home. Are you at all concerned, as Trump said, that we cannot let the cure be worse than the problem itself?
We have to take care of the cure. That will make the problem worse no matter what.
Wow, Biden. So much better than Cheeto Mussolini. Oh, you're a good, decent man. What a good, decent man. He's such a good man. He's so good and normal and sane and eloquent. What? What did he say?
We talked about Trump saying the government would reassess the recommended period for keeping businesses shut and people at home. Are you at all concerned, as Trump said, that we cannot let the cure be worse than the problem itself?
We have to take care of the cure.
Yes, I'm listening.
That will make the problem worse no matter what.
The cure will make the problem worse no matter what? We have to take care of the cure. That will make the problem worse no matter what. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Anthony, thank you. I don't know about that. Let's see. They're not going with Biden. So, let's just do Madam Secretary. And we'll wrap this up very soon. This is how we know Clinton's going to be nominee. And I will have made the biggest political call of all time. The biggest political call of all time. Let's do this.
Now, look. But it's a debate about the right issue. How do we get to health care coverage for everybody that we can afford?
Will you support whoever the candidate is in the Democratic side?
Yeah, sure.
100%.
Yeah, because I think I know who they're likely to be.
Who are they? Who do you think it's going to be?
I'm not going to go that. I'm not going to go there.
So, why didn't he just ask, do you think it's going to be you? But here.
Yeah, we're having a debate on our side of the political ledger. But it's a debate.
She didn't endorse Biden. She did not endorse Biden. I don't care what anybody says. It was a non-endorsement. I am here to endorse you, not for president. She never said vote Biden. She never says people need to vote Biden. The whole thing is such a charade. But here.
About the right issue. How do we get to health care coverage for everybody that we can afford?
Will you support whoever the candidate is in the Democratic side?
Yeah, sure.
100%.
Yeah, because I think I know who they're likely to be.
Who are they? Who do you think it's going to be?
I'm not going to go that. I'm not going to go there.
This is it's such an obvious charade. It is such an obvious charade. It is such an obvious, like they're not even trying. They're not even trying to pretend. They're not even trying to pretend. You know. It's like they're just not even trying to pretend. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. I think I'm going to call it an evening. It has been fantastic. You are all fantastic. And be here. I am going to work on, I'm actually going to I actually don't have a website. I haven't had a website for a while. Just because I've been redoing the website, and then with the whole pandemic thing, it's like I've just been taking my time on it, and I have a web designer doing it, and it's fantastic, but it's just taking a long time. It's going to be awesome. There's going to be a newsletter that I'm going to start like every day or every other day, start doing. So eventually that's going to take place, and this is going to be a website like hagoodman.com website. So it'll have my writing, it'll have my channels, it'll have lots of good things. So, ladies and gentlemen, please go ahead, and if you want to email me, if you want to be part of the newsletter, email me at contactgoodman78@gmail.com. If you want to support my voice long term, my Patreon is below, people. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. And this is gonna heat up, ladies and gentlemen, very soon. So, it's July right now. Paul, thank you. Greatly appreciated for the kind words. It's July right now. Anthony, thank you. Anthony Perone, have a great evening. And be here on November 3rd, people. If you want to be on a newsletter, just email me at contactgoodman78@gmail.com. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Have a great evening. Subscribe to H.A. Goodman's other channel. Below, I have a great segment on H.A. Goodman's other channel. That's below in the pinned comment. Thanks, everybody. God bless, and have a great evening.